I really for surgery, we had him track down a picture of her
I need to just finish that.
Yeah.
I will.
No, it's fine.
Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Here we go. It is a great day to be in real estate. We just came back from our first Step to Bold and yesterday, and it was phenomenal and awesome and great. And I'm going to share some of the statistics that we accomplished while we were in the room. And yet, before we get started doing that, let's go ahead. Is everybody online? Can you hear me online? Give me a thumbs up, someone. We muted. That's what I'm wondering.
I don't think it's muted.
I think it's.
Oh, I see thumbs up. So
You're good. We can hear you.
Oh, good. Okay, awesome. Fantastic. Thank you. It just, we saw up here for some reason that it was muted and we don't know why. It's all, doesn't matter. It's all good. All right, so let's get some buckets. Let's fill up some buckets. Who has some gratitude that they would love to share? Kathy Foley.
Alexis and you, for when I was supposed to teach Ignite, I got really sick like and you guys stepped up to the plate. You're like, we got you. So I appreciate that very much. Thank
Oh,
you.
that's our pleasure. Happy to help. Can't even really remember it. It was really
Was that like last year?
Yeah. Well, thank you for that.
It was
You're
nice.
welcome.
Thank you. So much fun. We appreciate it. We appreciate the opportunity to do it, actually. All righty, who else? Anybody else? Gratitude. Chakra.
Mark and Lisa Duffy covered for me this last week was fishing. It was really nice. So,
Awesome.
very nice.
Thank you, Duffies. And good job on getting away to go fishing. So important for us to do that. All right, anybody online? Does anyone online have a gratitude that they'd like to share? No? Okay. Nice.
You, Jen, this is Tiffany.
Okay.
Hi. I just want to thank the entire leadership team. I had a bit of an injury. I took a spill. And I'm just completely so grateful and for all of the outreach and support and help that you guys have provided over the last month. So thank you so much.
Well, we appreciate you and we are looking forward for you to get back 100%. 100%. All righty, let's do some welcomes. Sorry, there's so much going on. Let's welcome Larissa Lemaire. Larissa, if you are on the screen, can you just say hi, unmute yourself, and tell us a little bit about you?
Hi, everyone. I am Larissa Lemaire. I'm coming to you from, I just transferred to your office from KW Roseville. And so I've been a KW agent for 3 years and I love the model and I love what y'all are doing at your office. And, you know, it just seems like everybody's really positive and going towards the changes that we're all seeing. So that is the energy I want to align with. And I just thank you all for a super warm welcome.
We love having you. And it's drugs. We all take drugs. Happy pill.
Perfect. I'll get some.
We're so grateful to have you. Welcome to our market center. So Larissa lives in Eagan. She has a great business and I've already seen her actively in 475 doing some open houses and reaching out. So welcome. We're super excited to have you. All right. So what's coming up here in the market center? We will be having our session on handling objections October 19th at 11. And then mark down your calendars for October 24th. October 24th at 12:30. That is right after the team meeting, yes? Yes. Right after the team meeting, we are going to have our chili cook-off. Our sign, and let the games begin. Mark Duffy is not here.
I don't.
He is not, and I scheduled my surgery that day. So.
Oh, goodness.
I did tell my mom, I said my husband might be busy, so. Now I know he's busy.
Well, Mark's gonna be here, Lisa's having surgery, but our annual chili cook-off, I'm super excited for all of you to sign up and win second place because my white chicken chili will win. And other than that, no, please come, please submit your chilies. There's a sign-up sheet somewhere.
On the bulletin board,
There's a sign-up sheet on the bulletin board,
but you can also email me.
or you can email Hannah. She is going to take care of that. So, it's very exciting. It's a very, very exciting. Are we doing costumes too? I know that, see, this is what I do. I throw a wrench.
I'll get there.
Okay, we're gonna do something else. Our success stories, we will have our remarkable growth in the past year agent success story on October 24th. Also, oh, it's gonna be a good day. So Tuesday, October 24th. Can I do a huge ask?
Sure. Yes.
Thank you. Everyone who's on the screen, unless of course you live in a faraway land like, I don't know,
Florida.
New York. Come to the Market Center on October 24th because you will want to be here. All right. I love Zoom and there are times when I would love to not have it. Okay, so let's talk about anything happening in the market. You want to buy or sell a property? You got anything that does not is not on the MLS right now? And okay, I've got one in the back. Ben Main.
I have a 3-bed.
It goes in order.
Go in
You
order.
say-
Oh. Okay. I didn't know this existed. Okay, here we go.
To help everybody out.
Home, it's somewhere it's probably around 375. 3 or a 4-bed, 2 bath, split level. It's got a huge 4-car garage. I mean, a humongous workshop. And, anyways, he is also looking to purchase in Lake City area. So if you find something down there, that will come live as soon as he finds something. So.
Awesome. I didn't know. Hi, Kathy. Hey.
I put this on the 475 over the weekend, but it just had iPhone photos. So, Barb's there today taking pictures, but Savage, it is twin home, 5099, 3 beds, 3 baths. It's a 2-car garage. It's a walkout Rambler. It's beautiful. It's a 2018 build. It's immaculate. It's beautiful. So probably will go live on Thursday, and I want to get the pictures first. So,
All right. Shelley Holt.
We have 5 new listings coming up in the next month. So a St. Paul single family home, 175, so hot price point for first time home buyers. We have a 1-level townhome in Egan that is coming up. That will be 240, 250-ish. We have luxury 1-level on acreage in West Lakeland that will be right around 1.3 million. So if you have any luxury people that want acreage on 1 level, it used to be a Parade Home model, gorgeous. Townhome in Anoka, 220 market in the next month. And then in Wisconsin, because we all love Wisconsin, a split entry that is getting pictures today that is newer construction will be listed at 220. So,
Where in Wisconsin?
Somerset.
Oh,
I don't have the measurements on that. 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 2-stall garage.
2-bed, 1 bath. Okay.
Where's your St. Paul one?
On Farrington Street.
All right. Anybody online? Oh, we got one, Nan. Nan, we got one.
Yes, at under 220, 4-bedroom, and yet working out details
Location.
near North.
Okay, North Minneapolis. Okay, awesome. Kathy Foley.
5-bedroom, 4-bath, 3-car extended garage. It's a little bit bigger. New build, 4,100 square feet, Egan, 898.9. And a vacant lot across the street and some other lots down in Lakeville, if anybody's looking to build.
I might, okay, yep. All right. What else?
I have a question. This is Adam Knudsen.
Hi,
Of
Adam.
the people that are, hi, how's everybody?
Good.
Of the people that are listing homes, are you noticing that it's taking longer to sell? Is it the same time frame? Are you noticing any difference in time frame for the really expensive ones, the leisure ones, elite ones, or the less expensive ones?
That's great questions, lots of them. Okay, somebody.
All over the board for me. I've had some that I thought were priced great and should sell quickly, and they're not. I've had other ones that I thought, oh, this is gonna take a long time. They're still going on multiple offers. It's all about setting seller expectations at the moment.
Adam, I would highly suggest watching last week's Nexus meeting because we like deep dove into that topic. And it's recorded and available to anyone, but we talked about preparation of listings, pricing of listings, how to price, how agents are approaching pricing, what data they're using, what data they're not using, what type of preparation they have to go through, and you know, other ancillary things related to that. But we did do a deep dive into that conversation and what were the agents in that meeting we talked about. So just
Awesome. Yeah.
by all means watch.
And I had one that was on Prior Lake that, you know, it was from our meeting here. They said, oh, 2 people said, oh, I had nothing for 3 weeks. Then all of a sudden it went to same thing. 3 weeks, had almost nothing. Then I had 3 offers in 1 weekend. So it's weird. I mean, we did wind up going a little under, but I told my client, I said, expect 45 to 60 days because it was in, you know, about $1.5 million. So they're happy at 21. Right?
Yeah.
Kind of happy.
We actually dove into creating price reduction schedules ahead of time, like at the time of listing, determining when they happen, what price point you're going to move to at what time, and setting seller expectations and specific scripts around the wording to use to set sellers' expectations appropriately. So there was a lot of really great stuff that we dove into.
Awesome. Let's make sure that we watch that recording. If you haven't had an opportunity to do so, is it possible for us to get the link for the recording in the notes? Is that something that we can do?
Yeah, I can do that right now.
Okay. Hannah will get us the link for the notes, or pardon me, the link for the recording from last week's session. It'd be a very good one for us all to watch. And Adam is located a little bit outstate. He's not here in the Twin Cities. So it very well could be different in the market that you're in, and yet it's the concepts are similar. I would just say right now, more than anything, it's being mindful of what's happening right now and being in very close communication with your sellers, upping the communication much more. Yes.
Can I ask a question to the group and everybody online? Is anybody using our Minnesota forms outside of Transaction Desk in a able to be filled in like PDF fillable format? Does anybody use anything outside of Transaction Desk? Just asking. He's actually looking for it, and I'm just trying to see if there's anyone that has a resource.
DocuSign through KW has them, I think.
DocuSign through KW, is that an ongoing updated? Because like we're not doing it. We as a staff aren't managing that. So I'm just wondering.
I'd have to look because we only use it for the disclosure.
The disclosures, well,
So that they can fill it in after that.
They can do it off of transaction desk. I'm happy to show you how to do that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I've been using, we have a couple of our own forms built in a DocuSign that we use.
Okay,
So.
yeah, transaction desk has that capability.
So to answer, your question, that's the only other spot that I think has fillable forms.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know who,
Yeah,
where that came
international, I think is the word.
international. Okay, all right, I'll look into
Whether
that.
they're being updated, who knows?
No, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Lori Clark might know.
Okay.
I mean,
She could.
I couldn't even log in a DocuSign and somehow she sends them, so I would.
Yeah. Might be right.
If we're gonna get honest, it's not me.
Okay, all right, awesome. There's somebody in the, our Minnesota forms are not auto updated in DocuSign because of the exclusive agreement with our MLS and
Transaction desk.
Transaction.
Oh, so look at that.
The forms are auto updated in DocuSign. Sammy, so smart, Sammy.
See, someone
There you
knew.
go.
I have a question for Alexis. Coming out of Bold,
Yeah.
we were doing some competition texting and some other things, and the question about referral incentives.
Sure.
So there was something on there about like, if you were texting, hey, you know, you refer someone, I'm giving out a little gift card or something. I don't remember the exact wording. The folks from Wisconsin said, totally. And we in Minnesota were a little unsure. And in my head from training, I felt like, no, but I would love to know what you think.
The answer to the question is that if you're gonna do a giveaway in any sort, making it sound like it's as a result of a referral, you have to make sure that the giveaway is available to anyone that would like to register. You have to make it an open registration, whether or not they give you a referral or not, that they could like enter into the drawing. That's the only way to actually make it.
So you couldn't, if somebody gave you a referral, you couldn't say, here's a $5 gift card.
You are not supposed to.
Okay. I just
There's-
wanted to check
And
because
there's a IRS part of it, as far as what's deductible, and then there's also, what gets encompassed in, incentive for business. We are not supposed to be offering incentives to receive business. So that's why if you say, if you give me a referral, I'll give you a $5 gift card, you then have to be able to document that you've offered a $5 gift card drawing to anyone that would want to enter. So have fun with that.
They had it worded as like a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, then if it's not a direct correlation of 1-for-1,
Yeah.
there's ways of working around it.
Sure.
Okay.
Which I am not. Beyond recording.
Somebody shut that camera.
Here's my phone number.
Yeah.
We have her.
Yeah, sometimes it's a point of ridiculousness, because if I want to take one of my clients out for dinner, I'm gonna take them out for dinner. If I want to go to Ruth Chris's, I'm gonna go to Ruth. I can't even say the words, but if I want to go to Chili's, I'm gonna go to Chili's. Yes, and you can't be on social media saying,
Right.
if you give me a listing for $350,000 located in Egan, I will give you a TV. That's a no-no.
No, but you can give away a TV
I can give away a
to
TV.
anyone that wants to register for a TV, regardless of whether they give you business or not. How you give it away is how you give it away. I'm just saying that's how the avoidance of the violation happens.
Directly tying it.
Direct, and it's about public marketing. That becomes the issue.
I won't be doing any of that unless I speak.
I love that. All right. Well, we're going to talk more about rules and all the things coming up. Super fun. And before we do that, though, however, Keller Williams, of course, is an opportunity of growth company. We desire in helping everyone achieve their highest and best self, especially here in KW Select. One of the ways that we do that is we provide growth opportunities. If this isn't working, and I'm just going to hit this button here. And then we're gonna, it's still not, it's okay. It's totally fine. Poor Hannah is like literally cannot be in two spots at once. So Hannah, as a matter of fact, Hannah, how long have you been with us? I mean, today it feels like 50 years. However, really, how long?
It'll be a year in December.
Okay, so 1 year in December, and when Hannah joined us, she joined us as our Director of First Impressions. Yet I always tease that when we hire someone, we actually hire what we think they could grow into, and it may not be the role that they're in. Because we always want to provide, what does Gary always say? If our world is big enough, then everybody can achieve their goals within our world. So Jared and I are very purposeful about desiring to create a big world. Hannah has excelled so quickly in that role, and now she has graduated into a new role. We are so thrilled that our new MTech person, I'm gonna tell you what that means, is Hannah. So can everybody just give her a huge round of applause? Okay, so what the heck is an MTech? So it is marketing, technology, events coordinator, MTech. So what are some of the things that Hannah is going to be doing? Well, she is going to be assisting Sarah with onboarding for technology. So all of the things that have to deal with command training, creating marketing campaigns with our agents and helping them develop them within command to support your marketing efforts and growing that, ensuring that our agents are at the 201 + 4. What does that mean? Who can shout it out? What does it mean? Pardon me?
$100,000.
What, exactly. It's all about the money. Heidi,
I like.
yes. If you have 201 contacts in your database with what 4 things? What 4 things?
Email.
Yep. And I would love for you to get their handle as well, their Facebook or Insta handle. If you have those things, studies have shown that you will earn how much? Over 100 grand. Okay, so she's going to help you do that. Also some RealNext marketing and training and tech enhancements for our commercial agents as well. And then providing marketing tech tips each week in our private group. She needs to attend some of the training so that she can then be the portal for us. So excited, grateful. Oh, and also events.
Yes.
So some things that we are going to talk about, like, see how I did that? So what's happening with our events?
Yeah, so Jen already talked about it. The chili cook-off is the 24th. There's a sign-up sheet on the bulletin board, or you can email me and say I'm going to do it at my new email, mtech@kw475.com. You can just send me an email and say, hey, I'm going to do this chili. Put me on the list. So chili cook-off on the 24th. Also wear your Halloween costume because why not?
We are doing a Halloween custom thing? Yeah. Oh, cool.
Wear your costume. The leadership team is going to vote on who has the best costume. And then you guys are all going to vote on who has the best chili. More details to come on that in probably tomorrow. I will send something out. And then pie event is happening on November 21st. We're not going to do it the same day as the Thanksgiving feast. More details to come on the Thanksgiving feast. But the pie numbers need to be into me by Halloween, October 31st, so that I can order the pies. I sent you all, or no, I put something in the Facebook group, I believe. No, I sent you an email. I sent an email with the Google form to say how many apple pies you want, how many pumpkin pies you want. So you can fill out the form. I will also resend it probably tomorrow as well. But October 31st, I need your pie numbers. And then on November 21st is when we will be doing our drive-by pie event. It's not going to be up here. We're planning on doing it more just down in the parking lot. Obviously, if it's snowing or really cold, we will come up here. But our intention, thank you, is to have it outside. We're gonna have a bonfire. We're gonna do apple cider, hot apple cider. And then we'll just have the pies sectioned out under a tent on a table, so that all of the agents can grab their pies and either bring them to your people's houses if you want, or you can invite your database, kind of like how it was last year. Yeah. Any questions that I can maybe answer? No? Okay.
So that's me. That's my new email. That's my phone number. Take a picture, write it down if you want. But yeah, any tech questions, marketing questions, events questions, those will come to me.
Yay! Very exciting. So y'all, if you haven't done your Pi event invites to your people, there is a smart plan inside of Command that you can steal. So do that. All right, cool. So in that frame, we also have then added to our leadership team. Lacey, come on down, share with us our new peeps as well. Oh,
Yeah.
here we go.
Yeah. Oh, it's so exciting. Since Hannah moved to a new role, we obviously need people at the front desk. And we're doing things a little bit different. So instead of putting one full-time person in, we actually have 2 part-time people. So you may not see the same face every day. Micah, Baum, right? I always feel like I'm gonna say it wrong. Micah is not only, and same with Connie, not only are they new front desk peeps, but they are also agents here. So as Jen says, we are always trying to find new ways to pour into our agents. So being a brand new agent is hard, right? Micah is getting thrust into like, here's what the MLS is, here's what DocuSign is. Why do you use DocuSign? You don't, you actually use transaction desk, right? Like all the things that Micah's gonna learn by way of that. So make sure you stop by, introduce yourself. Micah and I are strategizing too how he can use his downtime at the front desk to work on his business as well. Might as well, keep him busy, also help with production in the office. And Connie's here too. I didn't even see you sneaking in the back. And Connie is starting with us tomorrow as the other half of the front desk. So hours still stay the same. We'll always have somebody there 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Saturday coverage is remote, 10 to 2. So there's still somebody watching the email and answering phones. So if you need support then or a listing put in, we are equipped to do that. Sammy is on here. Sammy is picking up every 3rd Saturday for us. Not that you all need to know that, but we're incredibly grateful for Sammy to stay on that rotation and be of support to the team and fill in when we need her as well. So we are fully staffed, moving along. Everything is going swimmingly. I'm super excited for Micah and Connie to get settled in. They're great additions to the team, not just because they're agents, but they're great people too. And that's what we want here.
Super exciting. Thank you, Connie. Welcome.
Yes.
Thank you, Micah. Welcome. Michael, who got how many referrals yesterday at Bold? 3.
It was no, more than 3. There's
5. 5 referrals. 5 referrals at Bold yesterday. Okay, speaking of productivity.
So the other thing that has been on my list of things to do since coming here is formulating a way for you all to get together and focus on your business, right? Like we all know that when we get together and we sit in a room and we hear other people's ideas and we talk about what we're doing in our own business, we are much more likely to be successful. If you're sitting in a silo in a room going, this market stinks and I don't know what to do, I've got a solution for you. It's called the Power Productivity Groups. So there is going to be a registration that's sent out. At this point, it's just I need to know who's interested. So I want to know if you're interested. I want to know what days, times of the week work for you, because I'm not going to put you in a group on a Monday morning if that doesn't work for you, because that doesn't feel good either. I also am going to ask for, I'm putting together some brackets of productivity as far as what your production is. We are going to talk very strategically about how we group people. Because we want it to be of value and of worth to you. So if you have very strong feelings about that, there'll be a section to add a note. You can add I would prefer to be with people of whatever, or I want a group that only meets once every other week. Just not saying we can appease all those, but I don't know what I don't know. So I'm asking for some feedback on this as well. I did a little research on what works, and I'm never married to anything. I think we can be flexible when we need to. But I'm really excited to get this going. I think we'll try to kick it off before the end of the year and then really get into the nitty gritty of it for next year. Full cadence. So this year we'll be kind of exploring what works for your team. We'll put together a team captain. What does that look like for that person? How do we acknowledge them and reward them? So many things to come with it. But the first thing I need to know is if you're interested. That's all I need. So you'll get a survey. I'll put it in the Facebook group. We'll send an email. We'll put it in the newsletter. So you should be able to access that anywhere anyway. And if you have questions, just ask. Yeah.
Awesome. So excited because this has been percolating under the surface. Any questions for Lacey right now regarding any of the productivity power groups?
Right?
So is it like a brainstorming session? What's a typical meeting? then?
So the idea is, and that's a great question, is, and I don't have an agenda that I'm set on yet, because let's be real, if you like go in and Google like accountability groups, went down the rabbit hole and I was like, okay, now I have too many things floating around. And Jen and I were talking about this. We've got a few resources we're going to reach out to, but essentially the core purpose of it is accountability. Like, are you doing what you say you're going to do? And if you're struggling with something, you've got a group of people to say, like, I've had this listing for 4 weeks. I don't understand. Is it a price problem? Is it whatever my agents or my clients are getting mad, whatever it is. It's also to celebrate each other. I mean, you can't just focus on the positive, but it's good to be like, I gotta win. That was, man, that client was a doozy and now we're done. So it's about accountability, celebration, and support. Does that help?
Yep.
I don't have a true agenda yet. And you know what? I think each group is probably going to have their own idea of what they want to focus on too, but we'll give people the core agenda for it. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What else?
Any questions online? We can't see the chat because Hannah's busy doing the thing up here. So is there any
Yeah,
chat
raise your hand.
questions that
No question. Yeah.
okay. All right. Thank you, Tara. Teamwork makes the dream work.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna sit down now.
Okay, awesome. All righty, so let's talk a little bit in these last few minutes about the noise. Super quiet in here today. And are you guys, do you hear the noise that's out there in the world? Oh boy, here we go. It's me. There we go. Have you ever found yourself a little bit like just shut it all off for a minute? Because it's so much. I wanted to talk with you about a couple of things. First, how many have heard about this little thing called the NAR class action lawsuit that's happening? Okay, how many are in like the Minnesota Real Estate Mastermind group in Facebook? Anybody involved in that? Yeah. Anybody involved in lab coat agents? Yeah. Anybody involved in Minnesota Real Estate Mastermind marketing? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All of the groups that I've just listed, what is the top thing that they are all talking about?
Agent commission.
Yeah, this lawsuit.
Yeah.
It is like, to me, it's like the craziest thing. Now, here's what's so fascinating about that. They're all agents talking to each other in this group. And I'm like, oh, go get a listing. Go help a buyer. And while we're not going to hide and put our head in the sand, I do want to talk to you at a high level about what's happening, because I want you to be educated in the event that one of your clients asks you. The unlikely event, actually, until they see something on the news, and then you just need to help them understand that this does not impact them. Because they actually want Johnny to get into the school system that they want Johnny to get into, and they're going to still buy a house. Yet, I wanted to share with you some information directly from Keller Williams. And then we're going to have like 2 seconds of discussion, and then we're going to decide what we're going to do with that going forward. Sound good? Okay, so I wanted to share with you. Hopefully this will work. Did Hannah leave? Leave right now. She was like, so, okay, here we go. Here we go. We're going to stop sharing. That's what I'm going to do. And then we're going to do this. Here it is. Here it is. If you can't see it, just listen.
Screen share.
Oh no, we're going to do this because this is something that I need to make sure we.
Can we go from Hannah?
She's coming. Me too.
Never mind that. A tech tape. No, I just hit a mute button and I didn't mean to. Okay, we're gonna do this. I know, just a minute, just a second. because it's really important, and he's good. I mean, it's Jason Abrams. He's fair to medium. Super okay, as long as we can hear. As long as we can hear him, that's all I care about.
Can't take questions, but I'm going to give it to you. The heart of the case is a NAR MLS rule that requires listing brokers to offer cooperative compensation to buyer brokers. The plaintiffs claim that the mandatory nature of the rule is anti-competitive and inflates commissions. They also claim that the defendants have conspired with each other by working together to enforce this NAR rule. Friends, the rule does not inflate commissions, and there is simply no conspiracy. Both seller and buyer's agents provide tremendous value to their clients, and commissions are always negotiable based on local market conditions. Now, if the plaintiffs were to win the case, the rule itself would be eliminated from all MLSs that are affiliated with NAR. Now, that wouldn't mean that listing brokers would be prohibited from offering cooperative compensation to buyer brokers if their clients agreed to do it. While there's always a risk with a jury trial, we feel very confident that the facts will prevail. Now, a word on the Anywhere and RE/MAX settlements. The settlements do not prohibit RE/MAX or Anywhere sellers agents from offering cooperative compensation to buyers agents. They will still be able to do that. Conversation about NAR's statements and about the offer of compensation. NAR hasn't, you may have heard this has just happened, but NAR hasn't changed the requirement that in order to list a house on a NAR-owned MLS, you must include an offer of compensation for buyer's agents. NAR simply said that Bright MLS's changed earlier this year to permit a 0 in the offer of compensation field instead of 1 penny complies with that rule. NAR is not encouraging other MLSs to make this change and is not discouraging offers of compensation. So there it is. That's what we can share with you right now. I hope this brings some clarity. Mark?
All right. Well, thank you for that. I hope.
All right, so what does that all mean? Does anybody know where the Bright MLS is? Isn't that interesting? No one knows where it is, and yet we're talking. Thank you. And it's so good because they're in DC. They're in DC, Maryland, Rhode Island. They're in DC. They're in the East Coast. Okay. There's like this little pocket. And while I don't want to ever give you the impression that our industry isn't changing, because our industry always changes, yet in those areas, buyer representation agreements, buyer agency wasn't necessarily the same as it is in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Do we encourage you all to get buyer representation agreements signed?
Yes.
Yes. Is there a disclosure inside of those representation agreements that explains commission? Yes. Inside of the listing agreement, is there a disclosure that talks about commission? Okay. So I say all that to say this. In Minnesota, we have disclosed. This lawsuit has to deal with companies that they feel did not get buyer agency signed or proper disclosure happening. Okay. Will it change the way that we do business? You know what? I don't know. And I promise you that Jared, myself, Alexis, and Michelle, and David McGee will sit down one day and we'll decide if there's anything that needs to happen to you all so that we best protect you. Until such time as that, please, maybe you want to like leave Lab Coat Agents or the Minnesota Real Estate Agent Marketing Networking. If that is all that they're talking about, it is noise right now. Are your commissions protected? No. Are your commissions set?
Never.
No. Commissions are always negotiable. So when you're sitting down with that client and they ask you what commission is it? What's the going rate? What's your response?
My commission is not the going rate. It's
Correct.
what mine is.
That's a great question, Mr. and Mrs. Sellers, and commissions are always negotiable in the state of Minnesota. My commission is this. Down here. Well, what happens with that commission? There's like a paragraph that talks about this inside of the paperwork.
Listing, you can tell them how much you're paying out to the buyer.
Exactly.
Shall or shall not. I mean, that's why I was like, some of the stuff we're still far ahead of.
Yeah, so we're doing okay. I just don't want you all to feel like buyer agents are gonna be out of the business, because they're not. And that listing agents are gonna no longer they're gonna no longer agree to paying out a commission to a buyer's agent.
Hey, Jen,
Yes,
with that too, a lot of buyer's agents will tell a buyer that it doesn't cost them anything. I actually have been CC'd on 2 emails with other agents recently, and they told the buyer directly, it's free to have a buyer agent represent you. You have to be really careful about that language because there is a cost to it.
thank you for that. That is true, and that is something that has kind of always irked me. Because that was like this real like flashy thing. Hey, you get all these services and you get them for free.
That's a code of ethics violation, just so everyone understands.
So if you are in the sound of my voice and you do use that in your presentations, I would just recommend that you don't. And if you need help with, well, how do I articulate my value? Set up a time with me or Alexis and we can talk you through that. Thank you, because that is true. No, they're not free. They're not free. Any other questions that I can answer at a high level for you? And what I mean by high level is if you ask me, this money. There's like 83 million that, what's their faces? Anywhere. Anywhere. Like, why would you call your company that? I don't like, it's like Exit Realty. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I just think I'm fascinated by that name. Anywho or anywhere or whatever it is, they did 83 million and then Remax did 51 million. Here's the thing, that does not necessarily protect them though from future things. Okay,
Settling on this particular.
they're settling on this and there's a bunch of other things. Now, here's what I will say. I love the fact that we're not settling right now. Will they ever change their mind and decide to settle? I'm not sure. And Gary has always said that, like, the day I die, when you put me in the ground, put realtor over my head on my tombstone. He fights for us. We've done it every single time there's ever anything's come against the realtor, whether it be Zillow, whether it be anything else. We fight for the realtor. That's what I love about this company.
Jen, I have a question.
Yeah.
Redfin just told their 1,800 agents that they don't have to belong to NAR, and they're actually advising, and Anywhere did too. They said that their agents no longer have to be a part of NAR to be a part of their firm. This is Alexis question. Do they then still have to abide by the code of ethics, or like,
no?
How does that change the dynamics?
No.
When we're working with an agent that's not associated with NAR.
No, the code of ethics is the National Association of Realtors.
But if they're not part of the National
Then
Association.
they're not bound by it.
Then they're not bound by it. So if they start doing things unethical, we just have to go to the state.
No, there's no ethics binding them.
There's no ethics binding them. Got it.
I'm curious about that.
Minnesota license law, right? Like you just follow the license law.
The license laws, the statutes in whatever state they're operating.
Yeah, and with Redfin, so the one with Anywho, that's an interesting one.
Well, that's the other thing is if
another
you're not
one.
part of National Association of Realtors, you're not part of a local board, and then you don't have MLS access.
Got it.
So right now, it doesn't impact us right now.
Got it.
There's
Because-
no way that they could function.
They could do real estate without being a part of NAR.
Yeah, I mean, because NAR means local board means MLS access. There's no other way to gain access. Yeah, so.
Some of the boards are waiving that now.
Some of them.
Not locally here.
No, nothing here. And Redfin, interestingly enough, they're so far out of being, like, their agents are employees of theirs, so I'm not quite sure where that's gonna fall.
Right, because they're not independent contractors, which changes the dynamic of the relationship in and of itself. So they could create their own code of ethics per se.
Got it.
None of these things are known right now, though. So, yeah.
We'll keep you posted. we, like Jared, it's not that Jared and I don't know this is happening. We have though made a focused choice to not spend too much time on it. Because it's not gonna put Christmas presents under your tree this year. We would prefer to focus on those things that are gonna get you on that plane ride to your vacation. Or pay off that credit card debt that you have that's looming over you. That's what we would choose. I just don't want it to sound as though we're not in touch with what's happening. We very much are. And what noise is distracting you currently? Because it's a big, loud noise. And it's so loud that you can't hear that whisper that's inside of your heart that says, go help the next person buy or sell real estate. Right? Because you're all freaking out like, am I going to have a client? No, because you're sitting at home scrolling. I'm just going to be super honest. You're locking yourself in your room in front of Instagram and listening to like 42 agents that don't live here talk about why they're arguing with each other. I'm like, what? So I say that with a lot of love to everybody.
Our documents and forms by the state of Minnesota and Wisconsin are so far ahead. Our states have done a very good job of protecting the consumer.
Yeah.
And by doing so, they protected us very, very well on that front.
So, all right, you're over there. Thanks. Okay, so guys, get out a piece of paper or a thing, an electronic thing, because I just want you to take the next couple of minutes and think about what other noise is distracting you currently. Shout out some things, guys. Let's have some dialogue here. What other things can you say might be, maybe not you distracting you, but the person next to you, you're pretty sure they're distracted by it. What could that be?
Interest rates.
Interest rates. What else?
What's going on with Israel?
Yep. World climate. What else? What else?
Seasonality of real estate.
Yeah. The seasonality of real estate, the seasonality of seasons, right? Like, I don't know, somebody might have a new grandbaby. I'm just saying that they might want to go like
Spend all their time with.
or things, right? And it's that time of year that we start thinking about things, distractions, and distractions are not necessarily bad, right? They are things. So what else? We've got world hunger. No, we've got the wars. We've got wars. We've got interest rates. We've got grandbabies or seasonality. We've got holidays coming. What else have we got that is distracting us?
Social media in general.
For the love. Yeah. Social media. Lots of that.
Lots of comparison.
Class action lawsuits.
These silly little things called lawsuits. What else? Right? Comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy, and that seems to be all that we're doing on some of these channels.
Like the desperate mindset.
Scarcity mindset. Desperate. Thank you for saying that. So true. All right. So you've written down a couple of these things. Even by talking about them, can you feel the energy in the room? Right? Lisa's face is like, yeah, I kind of feel like we show up. I mean, your face is beautiful with your expression. I want to write this one down. How are these distractions affecting you? If you're really honest. Because has there ever been a time when you've, for some reason clicked on one of the alphabet news channels, doesn't matter which alphabet it is, and you've watched a couple of things, whether it be a live video or just reading, and all of a sudden you're like, I don't want to call you. I don't have my juju. I'm going to go get my cup of coffee before I make that next call, because then I might feel better. And then you go get the coffee. Well, you can't have coffee without a cookie. So then you go find your cookie and then you're like, oh shoot, I've already eaten carbs and it's like 8:30. Now I have to go work out. Okay, this just might be me. or that person that's next to you, absolutely not me. How are these distractions affecting you? How are they affecting your family? How are they affecting your business? And what kind of energy are you walking into that listing appointment with? Because it is real, almost palpable. If you walk in and you're in that holy freak out mode, it affects a lot. So lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, do you remember?
Yeah.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, lions and like everything around me, lions and tigers and bears. And then we have this. Interest rates, inflation, lawsuits. Oh my. Yeah. Right? How much time do we spend thinking about the lawsuit, inflation, interest rates, things that we have very little control of? How much time are we expending doing that? What can you control and what can't you control? It is the biggest thing that stuck out to me yesterday at Bold, the exercise that we did. So right now, what can we not control? What can we not control?
Interest rates.
Lawsuits.
Oh my! We can't control interest rates. We can't control inflation. We can't control lawsuits. Oopsies. What else can't we control?
Our first thought.
So true. What else can't we control? Or world events. Oh, thank you. We can't control seasons. We can't control our buyer or seller motivation. You can read that however you want to. Because it's so true, right? Okay, we can't control any of this, right? And how much time do we think about it? Okay, what can we control?
Our second thought.
Yes. Take captive every thought.
Our actions.
Our actions. Attitude. Oopsies.
The people we surround ourselves with.
Yeah. Our attitude, our surroundings.
Conversation.
Yeah. Our conversations.
How we spend our time.
Yeah. Our time. Can I ask you a quick question? This was strategic. On this side of the room, when we were on this side of the room talking about this, you guys, I felt it. It was like, helpless, right? We felt helpless. And then when we realized, wait a minute, I can control my second thought. Like that little one that creeped into my head. No, I can control the second one. Our actions, fake it till you become it. There's something to be said for that. Our attitude, our surroundings. We all have a choice. We all have a choice. So whatever you choose will show up. I'm not a puppy dog's like sit on the couch, hum, and have, unicorns show up in your living room. I'm not that person. I am, though, an intentional. I do believe what you surround yourself with matters, and what you speak, what you think about comes to fruition. It just does. So spend more time on this. What I can control. And then you feel better. And when you feel better, you do better. And when you do better, your results are better. So I just encourage you all. You have immense talent and skill inside of you. The clients that are out there need your help. Be their advocate. And when you feel those first thoughts of scarcity or fear, that come into you, and maybe it doesn't happen to you, it might just happen to the people that I talk to. When that happens, stop for a minute, and whatever you need to do to get yourself out of your funk, do that. What's one thing that you know you've done before that has gotten you out of your funk that you might be able to share with somebody in the room or online that could help them? Is there anything you've done?
Go for a walk.
Go for a walk. Then
Make the first call.
make the first call. Go for a walk, make the first call. What else?
Turn off your phone.
Turn off your phone.
Just blare music.
I
That's
love
me.
that.
Yeah.
Any particular type?
Oh, I'm all over the place. So I like hair bands, like heavy, like it just gets me fired up, you know?
Yeah, I actually know. Yep, music, exercise, eat that frog, do the first, just make the call, lift up that $500 phone, 500-pound phone. Make the call. Anything else? Positive.
Time block and time block rewards as well.
Tell me about time block rewards.
So it's kind of like the, eat the frog, do the things you don't want to do. So
Okay.
that they're done. And then build in that time for doom scrolling, for doing the things that we shouldn't be focusing on because we know we're going to do it. Like we're going to do those things. So I just time block for it. And I
So
set
you-
an alarm.
So you set an alarm for your crack time.
Absolutely. I have 20 minutes at night where I doom scroll and I catch up on Facebook and all the things that really are meaningless.
So interesting.
Maybe not meaningless, but because I have my excuse why it means something to me clearly, but
yeah.
And then I put my phone away because then my husband can't yell at me that we don't talk to each other.
It's a good tool.
It is.
So get your doom time in.
The time block for rewards it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's true.
But I only do it if I've done all the other things that lead up to it.
We only really have 6 things that we need to do in this business. Talk to people, present offers, negotiate contracts, show homes both to buyers and go into homes for listings. We can have help with 5, coordinating the closing. We've got contract to close. I had an agent who didn't use a transaction coordinator on a few of their transactions because they're like, I can handle it. They said never again. They had 2 huge things that came up. So anyway, and then manage your money, always watching your money. There's really only 6 things. When you do that every day and you control your thoughts, I promise you nothing in this market or in this industry will get you off of your game. I promise you. Don't let what you can't control stop you from what you can, because what you can control is so much more than what you cannot. So much more. Okay, I'm going to share with you just a couple of things from this book. If you have, I don't know where I put my glasses. We're just going to hold it back. If you have not read this book, I highly encourage it. It says, be bold. Imagine that. During a crisis, the first line is, if you haven't signed up for Bold, you should. I'm kidding, it's not in the book. If you want to, though, you can always see me. During a crisis, there is a tendency to slow down. When people are afraid, they become more tentative and avoid making mistakes. This is fantastic news for the individuals and businesses who can rise above fear and see opportunity where others cannot. Instead of slowing down, these rainmakers speed up. Think about it like this. If you're driving a car on an interstate, 70 miles an hour, and there was another car going 68 miles an hour ahead of you, how long would it take for you to overcome and pass that car? You're going 70, they're going 68. I won't bore you with the high school math problems. Suffice it to say that it would take hours upon hours of tedious driving to eventually catch up and pass the car. This is what business is like in a normal market. It takes much more time, effort, money, and tenacity to catch your competitors. But if you were in the same car going 70 miles an hour and 5 miles ahead of you, there was a car parked on the side of the road, it would only take you minutes to pass it. This is the argument for accelerating during an economic downturn. Your competitors are creeping along in the slow lane. Some of them have pulled over to the side of the road and are parked, hoping to ride out the crisis in safety. Right now, speed is your greatest competitive advantage. You have an opportunity to put the pedal to the metal, pass your competitor while they are standing still. Now is the time to take advantage. One of my favorite quotes from golfing great Arnold Palmer says, "You must play boldly to win." This is especially true in sales, when tenacity, persistence, creativity, risk, and confidence are rewarded. Learning to master fear and playing boldly is the mark of a true champion. Overcoming fear, uncertainty, and doubt when things are imploding around you requires real faith. That bold action is the key to success. Acceleration in a crisis is about getting out of your comfort zone and rising above your fear, accepting things have changed, letting go of what you thought it was, and building on a new future. Opportunity didn't just get up and leave because the economy went to crap. It's not the real word in there. There is opportunity everywhere. You can only see it, though, when you look forward instead of backwards. You can only exploit it when you replace fear with trust in the fundamentals that you already know. To see opportunity in a crisis, you must be right now. During the cycle of abundance, your competitors got fat and happy. They padded their bills with surcharges and extras. They've increased their order minimums. They have taken customers for granted and treated them like transactions. They've allowed customer relationships to suffer. They focused only on expediency rather than customer experience. They skimped on service and quality. Leverage sound discovery practices and artful questions right now to open up your prospects' eyes to those deficiencies, and then provoke them for the need to change. Act as their trusted advisor, their consultant, and show them new possibilities. Be bold, be right now, rise above your fear, go on the offense, and do not miss the opportunity to grab market share when it is ripe for the taking. Go out and be bold, my friends. Focus on the people in front of you and help them achieve their goals, and you will achieve yours. Right now, NAF is going to be sharing with us a tool that you can put into your tool belt that can help your clients sell and buy more real estate. Before we do, are we eating before or are we eating after?
Right during.
During. We're going to eat during. I love that answer. So please go grab some food, come right back in and tune in for the Toms. Is there something else that you need me to say?
No.
Okay.
It'll be online too, so yeah.
We'll get you a new link that you can hop on. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for your time.
There you go. Meeting for you. Are you able to help me?
Yep, I am.
I'm gonna help you out right now.
I appreciate it. It was so good how we figured out the sound.
Like, are you scheduled?
Oh, no.
I don't know how.